It is Genocide Awareness Prevention Month, and the gentlelady from Missouri, Ann Wagner, has been a leader in speaking out on this critical issue for many years now, and we appreciate her leadership on that. As a senior member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, I've had the opportunity to advocate for global human rights issues for many years. Tonight, I want to condemn a genocide that's been happening before our eyes, the genocide against the Rohingya in Rakhine State, Burma. Last September, the Burmese military began a so-called clearing operation, allegedly in response to some insurgent attacks. In reality, this was just an excuse for a massive and barbaric campaign to forcibly remove the Rohingya from Burma altogether and erase their memory from Rakhine State once and for all, resulting in over 700,000 Rohingya, many of whom are children, fleeing Burma for Bangladesh. This has needlessly left Bangladesh and the world with one of the worst humanitarian crises that the world faces today. While these numbers are truly shocking, as we learn more about the crimes committed by the Burmese military, there can be no doubt that this is, in fact, genocide. When the Rohingya arrived in Bangladesh, they told story after story of the crimes that they had witnessed and that they had personally suffered. Widespread killings, mass graves, rapes, and other unspeakable horrors and injuries. These atrocities have been confirmed by many people who had no axe to grind here or anything. So this is something that the world must see and must believe. In addition, hundreds of villages have been burned and others have been simply bulldozed in a clear attempt to prevent the Rohingya from ever returning. Together, these heinous acts are a deliberate attempt to irreparably harm the Rohingya. This is absolutely genocide. Together with Mr. Engel and Mr. Crawley, our colleagues here in the House, I've helped to lead the House's efforts to address this crisis. With our passage of H.Con. Res. 90, the House unequivocally condemned the Burmese military's atrocious actions, but more serious action is still needed. Burma's constitution allows the Burmese military to control much of the government, and civilian leadership has taken virtually no real steps to address this violence. That's why I joined again with Mr. Engel and Mr. Crawley to introduce the Burma Act, which applies tough, targeted sanctions on the individuals involved and in leading this genocide. I urge my colleagues to co-sponsor this legislation and then ultimately, of course, to vote for it when the time comes. As we remember the victims of all genocides this month, we must work to adequately address one which is unfolding right before our eyes, right before the world's eyes right now. So again, I want to thank the gentlelady from Missouri for calling this particular action into the attention of our colleagues and the attention of the world, but also other genocides and other atrocities that have occurred across the globe. She is truly a leader, and we're lucky to have her doing that in Congress on an everyday basis, but also in particular this evening. So thank you very much, and I yield back.
I thank the gentleman from Ohio, Mr. Steve Chabot, for his kind words. He is a leader and a senior member of our House Foreign Affairs Committee.